There isn't a to-let vacancy placard in the window.
A mere detail. Ah, too late. This must be the lady of the house herself.
Yes, may I help you?
We are here about the rooms.
How on earth did you know about that?
It is my business to know. But never mind how I know. You do have rooms.
Yes? Well, it is a fact. I've not really thought much about renting rooms before yesterday. Lord knows I just rattle around in here. But I was at the greengrocer laying in some kale and collards. Good for the digestion, you know.
You were speaking of Mrs. Turner.
Oh, she's just up the street.
Next door?
No, she's at 223.
It looks very much the same as this house.
The houses are too much the same, but I think you will find the accommodations here much more to your liking. Please come in. My name is Hudson, Mrs. Hudson, and there shall be more questions to ask and answer.
Questions? I love questions. And while we all have our secrets, Mrs. Hudson, I think we shall not keep any from you.
The rooms are just up these stairs.
No, take a seat.
I think the Watson should stand. To the war.
Oh, you poor man. Another is over there. Just to think, the two gentlemen. Nice and bright, and the window in between is an accommodation for shaving and other manly activities.
Chair. But all I would need is some port to calm me and a sea story and a chair that works to thrill me.
Well, before you get too comfortable, Mr. Holmes, would you please rise?
Rise?
Of course, but why?
I never start a meeting without a toast. Gentlemen, the Queen, God bless her.
The Queen.
Mr. Holmes, you may please be seated. Now to business. You are?
My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my friend, Dr. John Watson.
You are old friends?
Well, we met yesterday.
You corresponded before?
No,
You are a doctor?
I am.
I'm not sure I would care for a lot of strangers calling here, especially if they're sick.
Well, I'm not in practice.
Well, now, isn't that special?
Well, I've just returned from the war in Afghanistan.
I knew it.
Lucky guess. Which should not take too long as soon as they slip my account under the door.
We could take the underground, a cab, on foot.
It is a nice day for a walk.
The third choice is usually the best.
Is that a quote?
No, not at all. Just a little precept of mine. However, I shall also walk until we reach my street, that is.
A busy London street might not be the best or wisest place to introduce the subject, Holmes, but I must say it was very kind and generous of you to vouch for me back there.
We shall see, Watson, we shall see. But for the time being, Rumi, I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Ladies and gentlemen, until recently I was Admiral of the Swiss Navy. And then the President of the Swiss Confederation called me to Bern and he told me that I will be demoted because I'm too intelligent. I'm very sad about that, and I thought you would join me in singing with me a sad Swiss song. It sounds a bit like that. Let's first line the melody. La 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 let's try it again. I sing the German version and you just try to copy the melody. Ein kleiner Matrose durchsegelte nie mehr. Liebte ein Mädchen, das hatte gar kein Geld. Selber kommt daran, ein kleiner Matrose in seinem Liebeswahn, which means a small little sailor in his madness of love. He was falling in love with a girl with long hair who didn't have any money. The girl was crying, and whose fault was it? The fault of the little sailor in his madness of love. Okay, say in seinem Liebeswahn.
Lecture for those of you who are wondering what the hell is going on. It did occur to me that the number of folk on this cruise have been wondering exactly what's been happening.
I certainly have.
And so it seemed to me that it would be helpful for some of us to explain exactly what's been going on. Now, for those of you who aren't from the UK, there is actually a radio program which includes a quiz called Mornington Crescent. And nobody actually knows what the rules of Mornington Crescent are, and hence if you don't know what's going on, then of course that's called Mornington Crescent syndrome. Now, coming on this, my report on Sherlock Holmes, the Sherlock Holmes Society, and their forthcoming visit. Point 1. Before he turned detective, Sherlock Holmes was a big game hunter in Africa, hence his use of the phrase, "the game is afoot." Over the last couple of weeks, our intelligence reports his interests are turning to deep-sea fishing. Worked out. Holmes kept a laboratory in London where he researched new forms of tobacco and ways of smoking it, a tradition we understand continuing in Switzerland.
Closes in with its worries and cares. My problems and headaches are coming in pairs. I just climb in my mind up those 17 stairs and spend a long evening with Holmes. The good doctor greets me and motions me in. Holmes grasps my hand, lays down his violin. We sit by the fire and sip a tall gin when I spend a long evening with Holmes. And as we're discussing his cases galore, if I'm lucky, there comes a loud knock at the door. In stumbles a client, head splattered with gore, and I spend a long evening with Holmes.
Very moving piece, ladies and gentlemen, is, I believe, read at the end of each meeting of the 3 Gary Debs, those famous American family. Ladies and gentlemen, you will all recall the Gothic Town Hall in Tallinn and the presentation which was given there just a few days ago by popular demand. This is being repeated. It may be different, but it will. The intention is that it will be the same. In this small play, this melodrama, I play the leading hero. I will assume.
And she shouted, "Get him down on the bed, settling floor, by the window door, through the streets to my girls I go, all the lasses shout, hey go, Donald, where's your true?"
That brings our performance again. Ladies and gentlemen, please join your hands together for all the artists who perform.
Sherlock Holmes, we have 2 things to do. Firstly, to thank our compere this evening. Secondly, my dear Sherlock,
Moment. Shall I?
Chairman,
Mr. Chairman, I will state.
Give me your state.
Mr. Chairman,
I think we would all like to
add a word of thanks.
You will not be required actually to take the chair this evening.
your
Indeed.
chair, sir.
Peter, it was, I think, over 2 years ago now that the idea of a cruise as a suitable marking of our 50th anniversary was first mooted. Since then, you have taken over the organisation of this with all the ramifications of detail required for that task, almost single-handed. Anyone who has ever contemplated such a thing can readily understand the amount of work, energy. Indeed, I think that it is, of course, very different in nature from our Swiss trips, which were all extraordinarily enjoyable in themselves. The same place, unable, in fact, most of the time to leave it, has proved a most remarkably enjoyable experience. Much of that book, David Stuart Davis's latest masterpiece, starring Sherlock Holmes.
Thank you very much.
Something to grace your new house, without which no domicile should be without. I'm sure you will find it useful. Find a good home for it.
Well, this should keep most of our visitors away. Thank you all very, very much. Thank you all for what you've just said. I have to say, in a purely selfish way, I always gauge these things by whether I enjoy them myself. And I have to say, I have thoroughly enjoyed the last couple of weeks. And apart from else, it's been wonderful to be in such a magnificent company. And the only sadness in a hectic and busy schedule isn't possible just to sit down with everyone and have a decent, thorough conversation, and that's my abiding regret. But other than that, I will have fantastic memories of all this. Fantastic memories of all this. For being excellent Watson. And Richard must also be mentioned. He has put in a lot of hard work, not only as our chairman tonight, but also as a dastardly spy Italian, and of course for his excellent talk the other day, and for a host of behind-the-scenes advice and activities as well. So thank you very much. Thank you. And looking around the room, Lynn, merchandise, £1,200 worth of sales at the Home Society of London, no 50th anniversary to be celebrating. And at the end of the day, that's what this is all about. We've been celebrating our 50th anniversary, and I think we've had a pretty good birthday too. Yeah.
If I may just stagger onto the stage, ladies and gentlemen, for a moment, I would like, there are so many thank yous, and Peter has covered them, people have covered them very well. But there are two people in particular I would like to mention. First of all, Jonathan McCafferty. Now, his was the idea, or the original idea, of this cruise. We formed a committee in the Sherlock Holmes Society, and he was chairman of that committee. Of course, there is Peter himself. Well, so much has been said of him that it's very difficult for me to say anything without considerable repetition, but it cannot be said too often how much work he has done. I have been involved myself over the years as chairman, the days when I was chairman. Not a patch on it. Not a patch on it. But I do at least know the vast amount of work that it requires. So much things just appear to happen naturally. People appear on the stage, arrangements are made, and I mean it just happens. Well, I think if we think in our hearts, we know that life isn't like that. So if I repeat myself, I can only say thank you very, very much indeed. Thank you.
I can tell you this result. And
it has gone very much appreciated. So, can I have the biggest cheer of the year? It's nice to have had so many people from outside the UK. I hope that you who are already members of the Sherlock Holmes Society of London will continue to come to our meetings and perhaps come to even more of them. We're now much more easily accessible than we used to in terms of information on the website, and we will, I promise you, endeavour to keep it as up to date as we can, so that just with the press of a button you will know what we're up to on this trip. Thank you very, very much, and I hope everyone as of tomorrow.
Put that there.
Fantastic deal. Science country.
Look it up.
It's fantastic.
They've already rearranged it twice.
Just thinking, you know, with all the...
I watched it, I watched it. Yeah. And I explained that
So beautiful people.
couldn't have things like that.
No, you're wrong. It's Fred Bergman.
Another Bergman film.
It's Fred, his brother.
It's a director.
Hi there.
Multiple personality. Yeah. Out of the way,